is going on, Governor? It's Chisgule here, and today we're bringing you a guide on how to smash your first week in a brand new kingdom. We're playing on a fresh account here. We are hot off the presses, rocking out in our first week in 1514, which is a new kingdom, and we've got a lot to share and things that you can do to optimize. If you like Rise of Kingdoms videos where we help you optimize your start in the early game, you should like and subscribe. Heck, we've even got a playlist. Card will be up in the top for the entire series, which we have for the most part been playing live on this account. So, we're a week in to a new kingdom. We just finished one of the very first important events called the Rise of Civilizations event, and also Who Will Reign Supreme. Let's recap what happened over the last week. In fact, technically, the kingdom is a week old. We've only been here for like 4.5 days, but whatever. It's the first week of a kingdom's life. On this account, we spent $421, which sounds kind of crazy, but here are all of the things that we went in and we bought on this account. Doing those purchases enabled us to max our value from the Who Will Reign Supreme event, which rewards you for getting as high as 1.5 million power within the first week of that kingdom's life. Now, I don't know. I thought the rewards were pretty amazing. 800 gems, 8 15-hour speed-ups, a couple other things in there too. I think 10 gold keys, which, gosh, the coolest thing about starting over is that gold keys are incredibly valuable again. Google Maps notification? Seriously? Like, why Google Maps? Anyways. Okay, so we started with the civilization Britain because we wanted to get Boudica, and we wanted that peacekeeper because we thought it would be incredibly valuable. I still feel it's incredibly valuable. We thought this was going to be free to play. We also thought, well, it's fine. We're free to play right now, which, you know, it means not at all free to play. And we would have really wanted Boudica in that situation. Given that we actually spent a bunch of money on Minamoto, if I were doing this again, I actually would pick China as my starting civilization for a spender. That way you can start to work on your Sun Tzu, which will be your city defense. I think that's a really great choice. You also get the 5% building speed enhancement, which is really, really good. That said, Britain is great for a spender too. I get 5% training speed, which is pretty fantastic, in addition to getting Boudica. I mean, I'm happy with this choice. I'm happy that with this choice, I would consider China, since I put a lot more speed ups into my buildings and my research rather than my troops, which is the next thing I want to talk about. Troops. Troops are going to be lacking in the early game. We, with the spend that we had, got to tier 3 troops. Every type of tier 3 has been unlocked here. This is the setup of troops that we have. We focused on tier 1 siege units because, you know, we have a hard time filling up resource nodes to even completely drain them of resources. So we trained up a bunch of siege units that we sped up, and we only have almost 72,000 troops. It's barely anything. That is barely anything. One of the tactics that we used to try to get ourselves in a better position with troops was to have sped up each of these troop training buildings a fair amount so that we could actually train troops for a meaningful amount of time. P.S. looks like a building just finished here. Let's go in and just queue this up real quick. There we go. Overall, our buildings are in a pretty good place. I would say that compared to your average starting player, we have over-indexed on our investment in the hospital. That is because the hospital is one of the only things in the early game that can protect you from getting basically zeroed. Our hospital capacity right now is higher than the number of troops that we have, which is a pretty great position to be in the early game. And I feel very, very good about those choices, even though it cost me more resources and fewer speed ups to do that. I do feel good about that. I do feel very good about that. here is our commander situation with this level of spend. And I'll just point out that we have a ton of experience tomes that are currently unused. I haven't put them onto my peacekeepers because I feel like they're going to get plenty of experience anyways, and I don't even have the gold stars right now to take Minamoto to 5 stars. At least I don't think I do. So I've been hesitant to really push on that very heavily with the experience tomes because I think I'm probably going to work on other stuff. We do have 2 skills onto Freddy, and we've got 53 sculptures here. I'm tempted to be investing in Freddy as the second legendary commander that I have, where Minamoto will be the one that I level up and star up. Freddy might be the second one that I use as backup. Cao Cao is tempting, but for reasons that I mentioned in other videos, and I'll have the card up in the top, I'm actually not going to invest in Cao Cao at this time. He's available in a number of places, including gold keys, wheel events, and even in the daily special offer for the chests. So I think I can get him other ways. Now, the next tip I want to talk about is how you spend your action points in the early game, because I think, played it pretty intelligently. In the early game, Lohar's trial will become available, and during those 3 days that Lohar necklaces drop, you should go completely ham. Battling Lohar's, no, let me say that differently. Battling barbarians to get Lohar necklaces. You should not be summoning Lohars. You can summon them later. Use your action points for that later. Go ham, killing the Lohars, or rather the barbarians. I keep doing that. So that you end up with a bunch of tokens like I've got here. Later I can go and rally these. And I even don't think that you should rally them after the event concludes, because immediately following the conclusion of the Lohar event, you'll get the Strategic Reserve event. Yet another event that rewards you for battling barbarians and gives you Cleopatra sculptures, which, I'm not trying to compete in this event. This is a second account for me. I don't know. We'll see how far I actually push, or if I decide to go ham. I don't think I will. But this is when you'd want to be spending your action points again on barbarians, not on Lohars. So I think the time to battle Lohars is at the conclusion of the Strategic Reserve. And if you are going to really play the Strategic Reserve aggressively, the thing that I would do that, or the time I would do that during, is during Stage 2 of Mighty Governor, which conveniently happens after all the Lohar fun has ended. So this is the time where I would run in and go completely ham, making your way through and powering against barbarians, battling a ton of those. Am I going to get any Caesar this round? I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to push. There's some people in my kingdom that are really going ham. I mean, multiple players have pushed over 4 million power in the troop training portion alone. You can see here, yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 people. Well, 6 people pushed over 4 million power just in troops. So I don't know. We're going to live stream the kill event this weekend, so definitely be on the lookout for that. That should be just a ton of fun. Just a ton of fun. Okay. Let's now go in and spend some of the goodies that we've been waiting to spend with you. We were waiting because we wanted to get on camera, opening up even our silver and gold keys, because my goodness, our simple things like gold keys way more exciting when literally every single commander is really, really great to pick up sculptures of. During the event, Who Will Reign Supreme, when you have to train troops to get power or really do anything to get power, we were even powering up like our blue and green commanders because, yeah, that gave us a lot of power actually to contribute toward that objective. Okay, so now that we've opened up the silver keys, it's time for the gold keys. And I think these are going to be really exciting. Full Joan of Arc is freaking amazing. Outstanding. Really happy with that pickup there. We're going to try to max her gathering skill. Woo, baby. Full Herman is good. That's actually not a commander I'm planning to start with, but happy to see him show up. He is underrated, I think, in the open field in a lot of ways. We now have unlocked Baibars, which is pretty amazing. We now have 11 sculptures there. Outstanding. Very outstanding. More Baibar sculptures. Feel good about that. Again, not a commander I'm going to start investing in. Speaking of commanders that are even blue and green being valuable, full Gaius Marius, we still need to max his second skill for gathering. Woo, baby! Look at that. 5 Charles Martel. That is awesome. Definitely looking to see some of these legendary commander sculptures show up optimally in the form of a full legendary. I don't know if we'll get so lucky. Full Sarka is really good for the account right now. She's my best gatherer at this moment, so hopefully we can get more skills on her. Full Kusunoki. I don't know if that's an unlock, but I'll take it. Kusunoki is probably going to go on our wall in the not too distant future. For now, hey, baby. Dude, man, I got nothing but snaps here. Full Herman. Really, really solid. Some gold stars are definitely critical for our account at this point. Yeah, this is going really, really well. Tomo, I'm probably not going to use her. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to use her. Yeah, there we go. Let's go in and actually upgrade our commanders based on everything we got. We can summon Baibars, which is great. There's nothing you get when you summon a commander, so nothing to worry about there. We can put a new skill into Joan of Arc, and we did get the Gathering skill. Absolutely crucial. Increasing troop load is a really big deal at this stage. That load bonus is a really big deal. We cannot hold a lot of resources right now. Now we can go in also, and we're going to be able to max out the first skill on Herman. That is very strong. Not going to level him up right now. I probably could. It's tempting, but I don't really have a reason to, so I'm going to hold off. Looks like we did have Kusunoki unlocked already, but we can drop a couple skills into him, which I feel great about. And we can go in and drop another skill in over here on City Keeper. That seems fine. That seems totally fine. Centurion, we do not quite have enough sculptures to do. So that's our commander picture at this moment in time. You can see that increased our power by, a little. It's not nothing. From a building and research standpoint, here is what we look like. About a week into the kingdom's age. We try to queue up longer research overnight so that we don't wake up and have something already completed. And when we're actively able to manage the account and pay attention, we try to queue up things that go a whole heck of a lot faster. So, for instance, this evening, I will queue up either mathematics or I will queue up engineering. I'm not sure which of these I'll do. Engineering kind of has the more immediate big benefit because, man, we are building stuff. But it's going to take 3 days, 18 hours, which is something I'd probably want to speed up. So we'll see. The other thing that I'm really tempted to go for is cartography, and that might be a more clean overnight pickup. That is likely to be a play that we make. Now, when we talk about city defense, here's what we're rocking on our wall. Currently, we've got Minamoto primary, just because he's 5/5, 1/2, which for a legendary, I just think that's better than anything we're going to get at an epic tier this early on. And our Sun Tzu is 5/1/1, which I feel pretty good about. We could use a 5/3/2 Boudica, but I think the 5/1/1 Sun Tzu is really good. I like the AoE is going to deter a swarm potentially. Even though we're unlikely to get swarmed, we have so few troops. It's really quite remarkable. The other thing I'll call attention to that I really like for the early game is that crafting is relevant. Crafting is super relevant. We're able to pick up a bunch of extra stats because we're using a totally mixed march. We've just got all the basic gear on Minamoto here, which is great. I feel good about that. For the most part, we're using Minamoto and Boudica together. We don't even have enough troops right now to split them across 2 armies. And, we'll search for the highest level barbarian we can find. Right now, for our kingdom, that's just level 12. And we've got a bunch of presets here. We've got a preset for just cavalry. We've got a preset for everything else, which is something we'll have to go work on. We've got a preset for bringing Minamoto and Boudica together. And the other commanders are, I guess, out and about already. We've got a preset for gathering with all siege units, and then here's our one troop wonder to go run around and pick up runes. Anyways, hopefully this gives you a pretty good sense of what an early game account can look like. By the way, a couple other optimizations that we have going right now for the Strategic Reserve event is that because producing resources in your city will give you chests for Strategic Reserve, which, by the way, we've got a bunch of these we should open. 67 supply boxes. What do we got here? 3 silver keys and 2 gold keys. This is why you should not be rallying Lohars right now. You should run around killing barbarians. That is so insanely good. That is so insanely good. Strategic Reserve, so crucial. So crucial to play this event. What else would I do differently in the early game? I feel good about my commander investments. We got a gold star. All right. I think we can level up Gaius Marius now, though. That seems likely. Can we? Yes. Amazing. Here we go. We're hoping for the second skill. We got it. Nice, nice, nice. Once we max the second skill, we can start to level this commander up, which will be really great. We also can put another point into Dragon Lancer, and this is cool. Hopefully that lands on Fine Horse, and that is a fine-looking horse. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now we've got the, max speed, well, for a level 10 anyways, on our Dragon Lancer, which I'm telling you, this is what's so fun about one of these basic restarts is all the small things start to matter again. One project that we need to work on and do a better job of is keeping up with the quests that become available every time you power up your city hall. We're actually behind on Expedition, and this is super relevant because we don't get enough sculptures per day yet to be maxing out Ethelfled. So my recommendation in the early game is to be very cautious with your metal store spending. You want to make sure you have 2,500 of the medals in order to pick up a legendary commander. If they show up, I really didn't mean to tap that. So that's kind of awkward. But I actually feel really good about Sun Tzu. It didn't even occur to me. Gosh, I don't even register the epic commanders in here because we're so used to not caring about epic commanders. Anyways, I would focus every sculpture into Ethelfled. Hands down, slam dunk, go for Ethelfled. Do not go for the epics. And the reason is that, for 500 more medals per sculpture, you can get them every day. Oh my gosh. Ethelfled, expertise her as fast as you can. To that end, let's go and do some expedition battles. We need to get to Expedition 24, and I feel like we can get a lot further than we ever could before. This looks like a good setup. We'll put everything we've got into this army, and it's still just neck and neck, which is kind of incredible to me. Maybe it's underrating the power of my legendary commander. Also, it might be overrating the fact that they're in 5 armies. I will get surrounded here, which is going to kind of suck. And I am going to need to make my way a little bit closer to this army. I need to make my way a little bit closer to this army to make sure all 5 armies are engaged. That way I can actually finish this encounter in time. Nice. This looks like it's going to go pretty well. I don't know why I thought it was so close, because we are just steamrolling this. 5 small armies attacking into a large army. Works really well for the large army. There we go. Okay. And we can do the next one. This is probably going to be the same story. Excellent. The thing you want to do is get as many of these to 3 stars as possible, because that is going to count toward your getting basically all the medals for that for free every single day, which is a good situation. Here, oh, perfect. We don't even have to go anywhere. They're going to come to us. That's the way I like it. We also bought a little bit of time where we could battle 3 armies versus my 1 before it became 5-on-1, which is excellent. This is good. We're going to do really well here in Expedition. I didn't know how far up we could push. The addition of the tier 3 troops is pretty helpful. Now, there's a couple of optimizations you could make here. One is that you could go pop a token to get 5% extra attack or defense. That's even a thing that we should just go and do. So I'll go do that now. Let's pop that attack and defense token. I'll go for defense. And we can go, well, we can go back into expedition in a second. We can complete long journey. We get 10 more Boudica sculptures, which is a big deal. Here's the quest for completing City Hall 16. Building 4 gold mines we did. Researching spearmen we did, and it gives us 1,000 more spearmen. Exploring the map we did. Ooh, upgrading a commander to 24 we did. This is where we're falling behind, is training troops. We probably should have put more speed ups into training troops. The game thinks that we're behind from where we should be on that, and they're probably not wrong. We can put another skill onto Boudica now. I am tempted to just level her up. To be 4 stars before I put this onto her. Do I really want to do that? I feel pretty good about this skill over here, the Barbarian skill. We really kind of need that now. I'm just going to go for it. Here we are. Boom. Perfect. Restoring rage and doing healing, that is really where I would have wanted that to land in a perfect world. So that really worked out. And you can see why it's so important to pick a starting commander that you're very, very interested in. Boudica works with a mixed army, and I'd highly recommend her. So we can go back into our expedition now, and we can probably push the limits a little bit. We also can double back, and we can 3-star these, which is definitely worth doing. The other thing you can do, by the way, is you can go and pick up a rune on the map, and getting a rune on the map will be helpful. You know, you can pick up like 3% attack, defense, or health at this part of the early game, which is, you know, look, it's not a lot, but definitely helps. Yes, this is chocolate tea. Of course it's chocolate tea. Of course it's chocolate tea. So we're going in. We're battling this Barca. This is going to be easy peasy. Yeah, relatively easy. How do I feel about Hannibal Barca in the early game, by the way? Really good. If you're pushing on VIP, yeah, it seems really good. We got to VIP 8 with the purchases that we did. We did not gem VIP. At least I don't think we did. We might have done like 10,000 gems on VIP. But I feel good about those choices. And you see, this is why we need to go and look back on these things, because this is an expedition that we actually missed out on. And the reason we missed out on this one is that we actually need 2 armies. We need 2 marches. So we could do... Actually, let's do this. We could do an all cavalry march, which seems like a grand choice. And I don't know. What commander do I want here? We'll put Joan of Arc? No. I'm going to put Cao Cao. Doesn't really matter. Cao Cao or Freddy. Freddy's good. And then over here, we've got Boudica, and we use Sun Tzu. And here we'll bring everybody else. Boom. Now if I hit preview, yeah, see, this is what we need to do. 2 armies in 2 places. And we now have enough troops. We only now have enough troops for this to be a thing, where we can spread across the map and hit both sides. Nice. All right, this is going well. It's a crucial account maintenance, y'all. Crucial account maintenance. Knock out the one army. Knock out the other army. Knock out the next one. Boom. So now we're going to get extra medals every day, which is very important. Like, you can see, we can't get enough medals right now. We cannot get enough medals right now in order to get max numbers of Ethelfled. This is another mission where we could have 3-starred, but we didn't because we didn't have enough troops to rock 2 different locations at the same time. Here you can see I'm trying to engage both armies at the same time just to make sure that we finish fast enough. I think we will. I don't think this will be an issue. And, boy, our Minamoto, dude, he does some work at 5-5-1-2. Holy jeez. Minamoto's going really well. Minamoto's going real well. On this account, we've only spent dollar for dollar with donations that we received during our live streams, which is pretty cool. We've got probably $40 left in the piggy bank for basically donations that were made that we haven't spent yet. That's definitely something we will do. Let's see if we can take down this level 25. It says it's neck and neck, but if I put these into the same army, is it better? I would assume so. It doesn't read any better. Let's give this a shot and see how it goes. That extra skill on Boudica with the healing and rage restoration should be pretty helpful here. Tier 3. How weird is that, y'all? And we have so few troops. I did do some troop training in Mighty Governor. Not a ton, though. I did not do a ton of training. From this point forward, the sorts of things that we should be building in this account, like we shouldn't just be using speed ups willy-nilly. In the early game, when we still had the Who Will Reign Supreme event, I had to move my coffee cup because it was blocking the name of the event that I had written down. When we were doing Who Will Reign Supreme, you could spend kind of willy-nilly because you really just want to make sure you hit that 1.5 million power if you can. And again, it took us over $400 to accomplish that. So hit your power tier that you're trying to target and just, spend your speed ups to accomplish it. But now that we're out of that cycle, we really should be saving up for some event that we go just completely ham during to try to go and win. Unless we think there's a war coming, which there might be. We had some crazy warring going on at the start of this. Unless you think there's a war coming, save up for a big event and then just go completely ham during the event rather than all the time. Here we can see those Martel shields are really coming in handy, preventing a lot of damage. I don't know who the secondary commander is for this configuration, but doesn't matter. 3-star. 3-star is excellent. And we got a legendary commander sculpture, and this lets us continue on if we preview the map. This is another one of those maps where we kind of have to go in 2 places at once. So we could do preset number 1, which we really need to go fix that. Let's go like that, confirm. And then preset number 2, we got a bunch of troops that we didn't have before that we can consider. There we go. We'll call that number 2. Confirm, ready. Oh, group 1 is ready. And now we'll hit start. I noticed this is a slightly different configuration than I did before. Possible I should just be using the epics. I guess we'll see. Or the legendaries. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Also, I'm a little worried about this tiny cavalry army. I might try to slow roll engaging this last army until I've totally won with these first 2. And I think I have time for that. I think I have time for that because the Minamoto skill damage is just so insane. It's just so insane. Yeah, this is working. Look at this skill damage. Boom. 2,400 with the 800 follow-ups. Oh, yeah. Seems real good. Osman is a commander that I would be tempted to work on and pair with Boudica. That is very tempting as a project. Right now, all our universals are going into Sun Tzu, however, because I really would like to have a strong garrison. I feel like I'm more likely than other people to get attacked. It's tempting to honestly work on Charles Martel as the legendary that I pick at the start, but I don't know. I don't know if I feel like that's the right play exactly. I mean, he'd be a garrison commander. He would be a garrison commander. I do like that in a legendary. We'll see. We'll see. Can we beat this mission? Well, let's find out. We'll hit ready, and we'll go for it. We'll send our cavalry over here, because they'll catch up when we get over this way. I think that's the way to do it. Look how speedy these cavalry are. And we're up against cavalry over here, which is a weird choice that we've got an archer commander with cavalry troops. Don't try that at home, kids. Don't try that at home. In fact, it looks like it's all cavalry on the map right now. Huh. Yeah, this strategy I think is going very well. We're able to isolate the one army over here. The one thing I'm a little worried about is that I need more of these armies to engage, because we are going to potentially run out of time to 3-star. That is actually a big concern I have now. Are we going to have enough time to 3-star? I don't think so. I don't think we will. I think we need to try this again, but we just need to rush in a little faster with the Boudica army. Although it's possible the Boudica army would just get eaten up. So once again, I'm not sure on that. I am not sure on that. 2 stars. Close. All right, we'll try it again when we've got more troops. We'll try it again when we've got more troops. We've also got some Sunset Canyon to do, which is a thing that we can rock out. We've got, I think, a reasonable defense in place here. Let's check this out. Our defense looks pretty decent. We can, no, we can't upgrade the number of troops. That's right. So we've got Minamoto and Cao Cao in the front line. We've got Boudica with Joan of Arc and all archers. We've got a Sun Tzu with no secondary because we can't actually use a secondary there. And Sarka, because that's actually the next best commander we have? I think so. I think so. Actually, I don't know. Is this better? Is this better? Let's just do it. Who cares? All right, so that's our defense. Let's go challenge some folks. We have a pretty reasonable rating here. We have a pretty reasonable rating. Let's go find someone who is like really underpowered to go and beat. Oh yeah, here we go. This looks pretty beatable. This looks pretty beatable. And then look at this. Okay, sure. We'll just hit okay. This is going to be fine. CPO is actually a pretty good commander to bring to this event. That actually is a pretty darn good choice. And maybe I should have put my cavalry somewhere else. But we've got 4 marches to their 3. So, I mean, I'm just going to hit next. And yeah, we win. We win by virtue of having more marches. Let's see here. Oh, here's another situation with 3 marches. Look at that. Level 41, though. Wow. All right. All right. This could be a fight. Let's put infantry into their cavalry. And our cavalry can chase down where they have some archers. And do I want to have some separate units to battle their Lancelot? I don't think I do necessarily. I also don't want my Minamoto to tank, though. I guess I could do it this way. This is probably the way I do it. This is going to be interesting. I'm pretty sure we'll win. I feel pretty good about this. I think our Sarka army is just going to get sacrificed as tribute, but it's going to do its job, which is to basically stall and tank for a little bit, while our Minamoto army does some serious work over here. Meanwhile, Joan of Arc is going to offer some buffs to the party, which is very, very powerful, and we've got her centrally located to make sure she's in range of everybody. I'm actually impressed with how fiercely my army got melted down south with Boudica, but again, by virtue of stalling up top, we've bought ourselves the time to come in with Minamoto and also Joan of Arc and do some serious work onto their cavalry. This is closer than I thought it would be, but definitely a win for us. Solid. Wow. Look at that. All right. Victory. And we're pretty high up there. 39 is not bad. Here we can start to see some real players with some real pairings. And it could be that before we keep pushing on rank here, we might want to go in and invest a little more in commanders. So I think we'll pause here. I think we've got more than enough covered in the video. Although if I was to level up a commander, where would I put the experience? I don't know. Sun Tzu would be pretty good as a primary on the wall. We've got the garrison talents going there, so I'd feel pretty good about that with him as a primary. I would feel pretty good about that. I do have a lot of experience tomes. I don't need them yet. I'm going to hold off. I have a feeling I'm going to want to drop those experience tomes probably onto an epic, which sounds a little weird, but if I put a bunch of experience into Minamoto, I don't have the stars to level him up. So I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want to do that because I can't actually take him to 5 stars. All right. I think that's enough for this one video. Oh, okay. One other thing, though. Look at this. We picked up a Helm of the Phoenix, baby. We got a Helm of the Phoenix earlier today, the pattern. So we might go and craft that pretty soon. I don't know. TBD. TBD. All right. If you enjoyed this video, updating you on our first week in a new kingdom, please do like and subscribe. We're going to have another video, probably a live stream this weekend when the kill event hits. And that is going to be a pretty awesome look into what a kill event is like in the first week, 2 weeks of a kingdom's life. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.